Zach, we want you to plead guilty to a felony and we'll let you go right now. He's saying, I'm not pleading guilty to a felony. I will pay the money back and I'll agree to plead guilty to a misdemeanor. Hey, this is Matt Cox, and I'm here with Juan Sanchez, and we're going to do an update.
I'm back.
And we're going to do an update on Zach. That's it.
What's going on? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Are we on? Are we recording this?
This is it. So, because a lot of people have asked about Zach.
Yeah,
and
so
you were
and I was just asking you about Zach.
Right.
You know?
Juan, when he gets here, he does the rounds. He asks how so-and-so, how he genuinely has the whole con man thing down. He seems genuinely interested. And it's amazing, like he knows how many kids my girlfriend has. He asks about them.
I ask about the people that I care about.
Stop it. It's all an illusion. I don't believe it. And while he's saying it, I was even thinking,
these men cares.
Any of these people.
These men cares. Faking sincerity has become an art. You cannot fake it.
I can't even fake it. I feel so disingenuous.
So dirty.
So he asked about Zach, and I'm going to be, because we don't really
have details of the case.
Well, I mean, I do have details. I don't want to mention Zach's real name. A lot of people know who he really is. I'm just going to go with Zach. Everybody knows him by Zach. So Zach was arrested, went to jail. This was back in, I want to say, September of last year, roughly, right?
Yeah.
October, September.
Oh my God, it's been a while.
It has. And so he was arrested on so here's what I know. Somebody gave him 2 or 3, I guess, stimulus checks and asked him to deposit them in his account. And so he deposited those checks for someone else. And I guess gave them the money. That's kind of the story that I've gotten. Okay. And then later, a detective contacted him and was like, hey, I need you to come in and talk to me about these checks. And he's like, why? And well, these checks were fraudulent checks. They were counterfeit checks. They're not real stimulus checks. You deposited them. I need to know who gave them to you. He didn't want to. He was like, well, I didn't want to talk to him. He's like, he's on probation. I don't want to even talk to this guy. So he said he just put him off. Then the guy kept calling. Then he went and got an attorney. The attorney contacted the guy and said, well, what do you want? He said, well, I want to talk to this guy. Here's what's going on. And he said, yeah, well, he's not interested in talking with you. So he doesn't have anything to tell you. He doesn't really know anything. So the detective kind of went away, and Zach felt like it was over. Yeah. 6 months, a year went by, and then he goes to his probation officer and talks to his probation officer. And probation officer, I think, wanted to now come down. Like, hey, come down. You got to talk to this guy. So at that point, Zach, I think, blew off the whole thing or wouldn't talk to him. And they said, okay, well, that's an issue. But nothing happened with federal probation. It was like I don't know if the guy was FDLE or
it had to be like, yeah.
Whoever the detective was, well, like FDLE or Hillsborough County, whatever it was, he went ahead and filled out an indictment, whatever. An arrest warrant.
Yeah, bench warrant.
Thank you, bench warrant. Warrant for his arrest. So,
how had this channel survived without me coaching you?
So he fills out the warrant, and so he calls, and they're like, you got to turn yourself in. So Zach said, okay, I'm just going to turn myself in. So Zach goes down, turns himself in. He's charged with, I think, 2 or 3 counts.
But I think he thought it was going to be in and out.
He did think he might get in and out. He thought he would maybe possibly post bond. He didn't know, but he went in. He did have bond, but he didn't post bond because he figured he was going to get the whole thing quashed because he felt like I just deposited some checks. I didn't really have anything to do with it. I don't know much about it. And what ends up happening is finally, after 6 months, his lawyer gets 2 of the charges. They drop them because they put in some motions like, can you prove this? Can you prove this? You're saying like one of the charges was like uttering a false instrument or it's like, okay, well, I didn't do that. I deposited in my own account. Like that's not me lying about something. I deposited in my own account. I didn't lie about my name or the checks. So they're like, okay, right, we can't prove that. So they dropped 2 of these charges. So he's still got 1 charge. They're saying to Zach, we want you to plead guilty to a felony and we'll let you go right now. He's saying, I'm not pleading guilty to a felony. I will pay the money back. And when I pay the money back, you give me, or I'll pay the money back and I'll agree to plead guilty to a misdemeanor. Hey, thanks for watching the video. If you guys didn't know, I also do paintings, and if you're interested in a painting, I'm going to leave my contact information in the description beneath the video. Back to the video. So the misdemeanor charge that he's willing to plead to would release him immediately.
Yeah, and then he's protecting his federal probation.
Right. Well, yeah, and so most people don't understand is what his fear is that if he pleads guilty to a felony, not that it matters because he's got dozens of felonies, his concern is that the judge will then say, while on federal probation, you committed a felony, and so I'm going to now violate. That's a violation of your federal of your supervised release. I'm going to violate you, and I'm going to put you back in prison for a certain period of time that I deem is necessarily, because federal judges have a wide latitude.
Correct.
Especially while you're on paper, because you still don't have your rights as a citizen.
You are still under custody.
Correct. You're still under Bureau of Prisons custody, or the Justice Department, custody. So they can do whatever they want. So, but what Zach's goal is look, if I plead guilty to a misdemeanor, then there's a good likelihood the judge says it's a misdemeanor. I'm just going to put you back on federal probation. You've already done 9 months or a year. Maybe
even extend it, because they can do that.
They can't extend
it. They can reboot the probation.
So that's where he is right now. Right now, they're trying to get him to take a felony charge. He's saying, I will go to trial. You cannot prove that I knew these checks were false. You have nobody testifying. Nobody's been arrested. It's me. How can you prove that I knew? Like, I meet some guy, let's hypothetically, I don't know that this is what the story is, but hypothetically, I met somebody in a bar. We became kind of chummy. He said he gave me some checks to deposit in my bank account because his has been turned off. They were stimulus checks. I thought, oh, they're good. I cashed them for the guy. I thought, no big deal. The cop showed up 6 months later. You know, that, like, how do you really get in trouble for that? Now, of course, they don't believe him that that was the story.
My issue is, I think what he's trying to avoid at this point of the game, and we were just talking about it, is unavoidable. I think the federal judge is going to take him in regardless.
No matter what? Oh, you think no matter what, he's going back to jail? No matter what.
He's going to go to jail, especially knowing the system the way it works.
Well, I agree with you, but his hope, he's saying 50-50 if I plead guilty to the misdemeanor in September. If they give him he'll go with the misdemeanor in September. He thinks 50-50 that he's placed back on federal probation.
And he's out.
Or he's saying, I go to trial and I win, and now guess what? I go back on federal probation.
That is his best bet.
Right. Because think about it. Even if he's found guilty, how much is he going to get? It's one charge.
Yeah.
It's one charge, and even if you were found guilty,
he'll get time served.
He's going to get time served. It'll be over a year.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for watching the video. I wanted to let you guys know that I have a Patreon account. If you're interested in joining the Patreon account, it's got 3 tiers. The top tier, you actually get a different con man painting every single month. If you're already joined and you're already supporting me, I really appreciate that. If you haven't joined yet and you're interested in joining, I'm going to leave the contact information for Patreon in the description. Thank you very much for watching the video. Back to the video.
Who is this, Mr. Rogers? Is this like the Mr. Rogers show? Is this a neighbor? Would you please be?
No, I don't. Actually,
my neighbor.
All the houses in my neighborhood. Who is it, baby?
Could this be Ice? Did you set me up?
You're okay. Oh, it's another gift. It was my birthday. My birthday is July.
Matt just turned 60, fellas.
My birthday is July 2nd, and I turned 53. And
doesn't look a day older than 52. This guy, I don't know how he does it. He must sleep inside of a Tupperware bowl.
Must have been 6.
Jess, he stays so fresh.
Jess must have told 6 or 7 times. She must have mentioned 53, 53, 53. I mean, maybe even a dozen times. Told her dad, like, constantly, like, yeah, oh, it's Matt's birthday. He's 53. Like, why are we following that up with 53?
Aren't you older than Jess's dad?
I'm a few years younger than Jess's dad.
Just I didn't know. It's important that people know you're 53. Absolutely. I think it's important not only that, but that he's dating somebody that is
18 years younger.
18 years younger. Yeah.
So anyway, what Zach's hope is that he either wins at trial or that he gets a misdemeanor and the judge just puts him back on federal probation, in which case he'll be okay and he'll be happy.
But we won't know until September.
We won't know until September. So roughly September is roughly the date. Look, things could be extended. I don't know. But I get a lot of people in the comment section that are saying, hey,
of course,
what's going on with Zach? What's going on with Zach? I get a ton of stuff from you too. Like, of course, the older your videos get, the less I get, because the first month or so that you weren't around, really with the first 2 months, it was every day. It was 3 or 4 comments a day. Where's Juan? Where's Juan? Where's Juan? It's trickled.
And those were mostly from Jess.
It trickled down to it's now maybe 2 or 3 a month. Although yesterday there were like there were 2 of them that I sent you.
Yeah.
Just in the road, probably 3 or 4 yesterday alone, and I think it was just like it was out in the universe.
Well, I think we need to do a video on an update of my life, so that'll come soon.
We're gonna do that.
We'll release this.
This is just the update on Zach. So
this is just on Zach.
Wanted to do it because everybody's been saying, we need an update on Zach, and I try and respond in the message.
It's hard to respond because it's an intricate.
Exactly, it's complicated.
It's complicated.
All right, so this is it. This was just going to be a short video, and that's it. And so, see you.
Bye.